Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Crusader Kings III, where we have accomplished a lot of our goals for this character's life. Sarah has done some really excellent work. But we still have this one more big thing that I would like to get done. I would really love it if we could consecrate our bloodline. Also, found a new empire. Boy. So you need to have 3 or more kingdoms, or you have to get to 120. Well, obviously, this is not a thing to worry about during her life. So yeah, consecrating a bloodline. We're going to need 1,468 more piety. And we don't have to worry about the religious icon thing, because we'll get there on the way to 1,468 piety. If we're going to get this, I mean, we still have some time left. So what, she's 56. If we're pulling 10 piety per month, we need like 1,500, that's 150 months. You know what, honestly, she may live long enough for us to get there at the rate that we're currently pulling it in. Especially since I believe we're currently on a pilgrimage, right? Am I not? Yes, okay, I am at an activity already. Yes, so we're currently on a pilgrimage. We'll be getting a pilgrimage drop soon enough. So yeah, maybe we don't even have to worry about it. But what I was thinking is, just to make sure, because, you know, we never know exactly how long she'll survive. Let's try to make sure we're getting powerful vassals on the council. And I do not mean bring powerful vassals to the council, I mean bring up the vassals who are already on the council. So I was looking at our vassal list here, trying to figure out exactly how powerful they have to be to count as a powerful one, and it looks like it's not really that high of a value. So the powerful vassals are the ones with the most soldiers and the highest income, right? We have a lot of powerful vassals, like in the high 400s soldier-wise. You can see some of our other people have more soldiers, but not a lot in the way of income. So we gave Soaba some land, managed to get her up to 389, and of course, it's probably no surprise, Soaba's totally killing it on income because she has 28 stewardship. So we actually only, I think, have to give her a little bit more land before she becomes powerful, and thus we have another bonus here. And then, what's your position? You're at 354 with no income to speak of, not really your strong suit. Honestly, though, 17. Oh, you're already powerful. You are unlanded, and that's probably a thing that we're going to have a hard time fixing, honestly. But we can, at the very least, we can get her boosted up. So let's give her... What do I have that has reasonable numbers of troops attached to it? I mean, actually, anything I give her should push her over. I believe that's the case. Oh, also... Right, this thing. Some of my vassals don't like me that much already. I guess I'm a little worried about doing that. Like the powerful vassals have some negative opinions of me. We can work on that with sway. And we can also like do feasts and stuff. Now that our money is not 100% committed to making sure we can found our empire, we can do some work on this front. So do I want to just go ahead and flip this over? We do need this to be the case. I'm not going to be able to make us feudal, I don't think, because I think that's probably a ways off yet. Yeah, have 70% of all military and civic tribal era innovations is definitely a way off yet. Yeah, so I guess it's not terribly important that we upgrade the law. All it does is give us the ability to settle and lower our vassal opinion. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. So let's go ahead and give Soaba another title pretty much anywhere. I probably don't want to give her that. Where's Pite? Pite's there. Lafota is mine for sure. Okay, I wouldn't feel too bad giving her this. And that is 213 extra soldiers. That ought to do it, I think. Did that make her powerful? It did not make the game consider her powerful yet, even though she now has higher military strength and higher income than other people who are considered to be powerful vassals. Right? Yeah. Maybe this is one of those things where letting the timer run forward for a second will fix it. Nope. It did run forward, and she is definitely still... Okay, so the description of powerful vassal may be leaving some information out. That seems possible, or maybe even extremely likely. Alright, well, I don't want to fix this badly enough to screw up the council by putting people who are bad at their job onto it, so I guess we'll just wait. I guess we will just hold out and wait. And we're trying to make money, and... Oh, right, we have a war to deal with. I suppose that's a problem. Is my... Yes, my marshal is in reinforced levies mode. So I'm sure they're coming for this place, right? I guess let's go ahead and... Did I call my allies in on this already? I guess I had not. I definitely ought to. Seems like a thing we're going to need help with. And then, I suppose we can just mass up. I kind of want to let things recover a little bit. At 3676, we actually... Wait, how big is their force? 9,000 soldiers this time. Yeesh. Okay, so... The lot of us together are not, in fact, going to be bigger than that. Alright, everybody's showing up. That's nice of them. I do appreciate that. Here I am, I did a thing, I walked the holy path, I did all that stuff that we always do, you know? And I have become a religious icon. Oh, somebody... Oh dear. That is enough troops to be a problem. Where are you? Wait, what? There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, so maybe they'll have trouble coordinating from that distance. I was kind of hoping they'd be in a place where I could just rush over and crush them real fast. But I think they're out of the way enough that that doesn't seem likely. Maybe we need to put together... Maybe we need to try to get another alliance going somewhere. Alright, so we finished that. We got a lot of piety... So yeah, we just have to stay alive until we get 1,000 more. Hopefully that can happen. Hopefully I don't somehow get killed fighting off Northmen. So yeah, is it like theoretically possible for me to get another alliance going? How would I do that? All my kids are married, and all my kids are adults who control the fate of their own kids, right? I mean, I guess I'm allowed to do this, so... Show me, like, alliance power. Show me, sort these by alliance power. Do I have a filter on? Okay, that filter's fine. So... No alliances, huh? We have people with claims, but no alliance possibilities? What about young Davgon? Yep, just no alliances available. Nobody is interested in alliances. Also... Sadly, Davgon did not end up with the highest level versions of either of the traits, and neither did Soya. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's good that they're getting some version of them at least. So there's just nobody around who is capable of allying with us. That's quite unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really know what to do about that. I guess we're just going to have to do this without additional troops, which is to say probably not at all. I mean, if they take Estonia, it's not the end of the world. We don't actually need it. Okay, a notable guest with a claim on Savo. What is even... Okay, Savo does still exist here. It's not visible in all lenses. So right now it's held by the Karelians. I am not necessarily... Well, most of it is held by the Karelians. I'm not necessarily in a position to be fighting with them. I think we need them as friends. So 9,000 total soldiers. I mean, it's just a completely insurmountable challenge. There's no way to defeat 9,000 soldiers with what we're able to put up. So I don't know how we're going to deal with this. 10,000, in fact, because they got those other guys in there with them. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do about that. My Chancellor Chieftain Vigu has worked hard to convince our neighboring realms and vassals that the peace treaty I entered. Okay, so we could declare war on Finland if we wanted to continue grabbing land out of Finland. There are no new messages. We are just being lied to constantly about whether there are new messages. So, what else could we possibly do? There's no other way to manipulate somebody into this war, right? So with no ability to make alliances, I guess we're just doomed? I think that's the case. I think we are just doomed. Because if I click on this... Yeah, we have like 2/3 of their army at most. So as long as they just stay together, we cannot possibly defeat them. There are situations where like tactics and good rolls could overcome a greater force, but that is too great a greater force. Well, since I have no interest in fighting this war, I suppose I could just fight peasant rabble. Yeah, right. So, we have one peasant army up there. Yeah, this should be relatively fast to fix. Let's put the rally point down here, I guess. Alright, that's as up as they're getting. Let's just split this in half. One group of you go down there. One group of you go up there. And then we'll figure out any other places that we're being sieged later. Apparently I have prisoners who can be ransomed. Sure. Okay, that's a fair amount of money. I don't even remember who those prisoners are. I guess it's a good thing that they told me that, because I would not have remembered otherwise. Oh, cool. More people are joining in. Well, Estonia's lost to us. I mean, whatever. It did... We got what we needed out of it. Alright. Am I being sieged by Peasant Rebellion anywhere else? Looks like no? Yeah, I think the answer is no. Okay, well then... I guess this army can just disband? So, I mean, does it make sense for me to just concede now? If I press the surrender button, he gets the Duchy of Estonia, he gets fame, his army is destroyed. Nothing else happens, though. Like, nothing bad happens to me, aside from the loss of the land, which is unpreventable at this point. So I guess we may as well. Yeah, give me some scientific progress. We gotta finish some of these innovations at some point. Still working on currency, although at this point, only 12 years. We are being exposed to an innovation from our border with the Norse on barracks. That's cool. I mean, that's free stuff. It's gonna take 1,000,000 years to research the rest of this stuff. Okay, are you sure that this is 44%? Because it feels like 100. It feels like 100% I have defeated every one of your soldiers completely. Because here comes another Rebel... Why were they in the ocean? Oh, hey, money. Right, I got some money. I was going to host a feast. That seems pretty important. A cheery gathering, we hope. The pleading gaze I received from my vassal Ulo is taking on a desperate tone. A group of guests are approaching the corner he has hidden all evening, and the walls are hindering his escape. To think a chieftain would act in such a way. Who are you? You're one of my vassals. Okay, what's his opinion of me currently? It's positive. So we could drop it to have every other guest gain opinion. I think I am going to do that. Sorry, buddy. I'm sure you've got a good story for us, though. The feast is dwindling down, and I find myself deep in conversation with my abstruse vassal, Chieftain Harek. He inquires about my opinion on tome collections. Oh, I do love tomes. I'm a big fan of tomes. Yeah, it's a subject that fascinates me as well. Alright, it seems like we generated a fair amount of opinion with people there. Also, prestige and stuff, that's good. Alright, so go put them down. And then, yeah, this is shrunk to only 9,000 soldiers instead of 10. Still not actually anything I can do about it. I guess there's not really a good reason for me to surrender, though, right? Like, being at war is not harming us at the moment. Wow, this battle did not go as well as I was expecting it to. Alright, peasant revolt defeated. Locals pacified for 25 years. Hooray! Now, I'm assuming that there is nobody to ransom him. Yeah, we could get a small weak hook. Also, I just have so many people in my prison. And none of them are worth anything to anyone, huh? Yep, it's all just weak hooks. Well, you have 16 martial. I'm gonna recruit you. You seem like you could be useful to us. And then I'm just gonna disband this army. Because again, we can't fight the Northmen anyway. Oh, cool! Additional allies or additional enemies are joining the thing. Okay, we have successfully converted the Asatru guys to Knusko, and now we should probably just be flipping over anyone that we can, right? Yeah, I guess get to it. Maybe I should just concede the war to avoid potentially weakening my allies, in case they want to, you know, have an army available for other things. I don't really want to lose the holy site. I mean, is there a version of this where we build up enough armies to fix the problem? Probably not. I suppose one thing we could do is try to hold out until the ability to create alliances is available to us again. Like, we got children that we could marry off. Wait, am I not allowed to use the find spouse action on you? I wonder why. Am I allowed to do it on the other kids because those are my player heirs' children? And so they're like directly in the line of being controlled by me? Nope, find spouse works on you. Maybe there is an age maximum on find spouse and it's somewhere around like age 6. So yep, again, sorting by alliance power, we get absolutely nothing. Maximum alliance power is 0 alliance. It's just nobody around who's willing to make a deal. Well, alright, I guess it is the best thing to make them take this from us slowly. Right, maybe that will reverse at some point. Oh. My alliance with Karelia has ended. Nope, never mind. The new guy is interested in maintaining the alliance. I could see why he would be. No, he's not. He's interested in staying in the war. He is not into maintaining that alliance. Well, now that we've lost an alliance, is there... Is there the ability to marry into a new alliance? Nope. I was hoping that we were just, like, suffering from a modifier from having too many, although I was relatively certain that that was not the case. Given that we were down to 2. So I guess we could just declare war on other... Just, like, keep doing everything else that we were doing and worry about Estonia when they actually push us to 100. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. So let's, where do we still need to be conquering? I guess nowhere in particular. Okay, Invade Kingdom is still a little bit too expensive, but it would allow us to steal, or to seize all of the titles within someone's realm. So if we did it against an actual kingdom, we could really make some stuff happen. Where are there, like, real titles? Are these... These are current, not de jure, because it includes my goofy kingdom, right? Although, no, it doesn't, because the parts of this would be mine. But I guess when you make a move like this, you're declaring it against a kingdom-level title anyway, right? Not land that somebody actually has, but land that, in theory, someone could have if they were to revert to a more historically precedented state. So, like, who's got big land? You do. You also have 5,000 soldiers. Out of curiosity... Oh, yes. Many allies, in fact. So this would be the kind of thing we would probably want to do. But again, we can't... Despite the fact that this guy's a king, I can't declare... Is this just all of his stuff? Does this work the way I want it to? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's a king, and I can invade his kingdom, but not his kingdom. I can invade imaginary kingdoms that don't exist in our world, but did exist in the real world. And he only has to cede those portions to me. Which is really, like, a bad way to design and implement this. Well, then I guess we should be expanding somewhere, but I don't really have a good sense of where I want to go here. That guy's too big. We could push down this way. This guy has a fair amount of land. How difficult would it be for me to get a hold of this stuff? Okay, we can pick up a lot of it all at once. And then, is that a county? Yes, that's all one county. So that would be easy enough to pick up later. I suppose another thing we could do is not raise troops so that we're getting our income in at maximum efficiency, and we could spend some money on making some of these titles, right? I wonder if by assigning away, if we could, by assigning away duchy-level titles, make some of these vassals powerful. You know what, that might be worth doing. Let's save our money and try to do that. And we'll keep an eye on these guys down here. Okay, my neighbors are doing stuff I don't care about. Okay, this is interesting. We can probably win a battle against this tiny, tiny little force. So let's go ahead and call up the troops then. I don't know what these guys are doing. Alright, that sway attempt can probably be abandoned. We have people in our power structure who need to be swayed. Let's try with you. Let's just try to get everybody positive, shall we? Hooray, we're fighting the Northmen. Oh, my champion, the guy who led the revolt, the peasant revolt, has been wounded, and the injury runs deep. There is nothing that can be done. Wait, do we have a physician? I feel like I always find out that we don't have a physician every time we potentially need one. Alright, you have 15 learning and a medical trait. It's not even that expensive. Alright, so we did successfully defeat that tiny army, and look at that, we did it. We won a battle for 4% score. I mean, we have reduced their army's size. Sadly, we're still only about 6,000 troops strong in total, which is not enough to solve this problem. It's closer, though. We're definitely getting closer. I guess let's just walk back to friendly territory and then disband. Because we still cannot actually fight this war. Go ahead and return home slowly. We'll deal with it. You could declare wars. Did you know? But I do think we need money. Oh, wait. Are you part of my... Yes, you are part of the Northman War. Well, my allies will deal with it. What's my spouse doing? He's gaining major strategic expertise. Okay, I mean, that's useful. He is in martial mode right now, so he is helping us out with his martial skill. Okay, looks like a lot of the Northmen are headed for my shore. Which is pretty bad. This is a pretty bad time. So these are all hostile armies, but not necessarily enemy armies. This one right here, that's an enemy army. I mean, I don't know that it's worth doing anything here. Our levies are almost full size. Oh boy, that big, huge army is absolutely just pushing into my allies. Though we should probably try to do something here. Run away, guys! What on earth? A tiny army that is not one of our enemies. I have not, in fact, been captured in... What? What? That doesn't make any sense. First of all, why would I even have been on the battlefield? I have people for that. Alright, mercenaries. Oh, that's true. Mercenaries are an option. Decision available, escape from prison. I would like to do that. The success of your attempt depends on your prowess and your traits. I do have traits and also prowess. How much prowess do I have? Still 12, in fact. No bars will hold me. I'm just going to break out. No, apparently not. There's no escaping here. Yeah, again, I definitely was not captured. Like, that's insane. And I guess the people, yeah, okay. Northman Army won the thing. Yeah, I don't see how it possibly could have been the case. Like, as soon as that tiny little army moved into the area, my troops stopped gathering, but that is not what would have happened. Alright, why is he unable to convert faith in county? Did it convert without him? It did. Well, I guess, yeah, just keep converting counties around here. It turns out not to matter that we were defeated. And in fact, we can probably just take this back by force. Which we should do, right? Because, like, the holy site is meaningful. Which holy site was that? That was the stewardship and close family opinion one. I mean, a point of stewardship for everyone in the religion is definitely meaningful. Alright, well, we can make that happen. We can take that back violently. We're gonna have to rebuild a little bit, though. Let's divine the stars. I do love to divine the stars. And I feel like this is a thing that ought to earn us some piety, because we're very much about, like, astrology and stuff. Sorry, astronomy and stuff. Alright, you gain making new friends for 10 years. Okay. I don't know that I need the lifestyle experience. Yep, peasant rabble as always. We could probably put our marshal on control increasing at this point. Really, control in my home territory. Is that bad? Well, fix it, I guess. It is 38. Alright, well, yeah, work on it. So let's see, we could call a hunt. Do I need prestige? Not really. Could host a grand rite. It's not cheap, and I do feel like the rewards from doing this are not great. We were doing it all the time with Durbale, but we're definitely a little bit more cash constrained. So, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that, honestly. Let's hold off on the grand rite. So we could call our allies to participate in this. Do you have any... Yes, you still are considered to have many alliances, in fact. Overall, similar force sizes. We could just take the whole duchy back quite quickly. Provided that we could win a war. Out of curiosity... As far as mercenaries go, okay, all of the mercenary bands that are available are extremely expensive. I mean, it makes sense. Oh, hey, what about raiding? How does raiding work? Because, like, maybe we should do some of that. Or maybe we should just keep conquering our neighbors. I kind of want to just run over here and take this over. Hopefully before the soldiers from Week could get here. Mostly as revenge. It's mostly a vengeance conquering. You're very tiny and weak. We could probably take your stuff over right away. Is this just a county? No, it is 2 counties. Okay, so it's probably worth doing this so we don't have to wait the year. And you do have some pretty serious allies, unfortunately. Would complicate things a little bit. What about you guys? Yep, everybody's got a ton of allies. That is really a shame. All of a sudden, it's much harder to just bully everyone. Okay, my vassal was released from prison on the same day they were taken prisoner. So we have all these duchy titles. We just spend money to gain a bunch of prestige and create a title that would allow us to move the stuff within our empire around in a different way. I mean, it is probably a good idea. So we are currently facing a negative opinion penalty from some of our vassals, I know. Yeah, the liege holds de jure duchy penalty. We want to create these duchy titles and hand them out to people who are not us so that that penalty doesn't exist in so many places, right? I think that's true. So, also, I know one of my sways ended because it failed, but usually it just tries again. It definitely should be running. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna sit on money and wait for that. It would be kind of neat to be a living legend. I don't know that it's actually helpful, but it would be neat. So we need not even that much more fame, honestly. We can absolutely make that happen. Wards can get additional skills. I don't know that we're going to be having any more wards before the end of our character's life. So yeah, I guess let's just push down this side. Speaking of development, how's that going? We're all the way up to 2. I mean, do we want to move the capital? Maybe we want to move the capital to a different place. 1, 0, 0. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense, right? They have 2 over here, and this is kind of central. Just kind of clicking around here. Oh, Skolt has 5 development already. But I don't really want to make my realm capital Skolt. I want it to be somewhere kind of central, right? Because development sort of bleeds out. Yeah, you can see you get growth from neighbors. So I'm not sure how that would affect our lands either. But like maybe we can make this the capital, and then at least we are surrounded by our territory on all sides, instead of having a considerable amount of that development just sort of bleeding off into the ocean uselessly. How do I do this? I can rename the title. Since I wonder if it's... If I'm not the holder, I wonder if I can even do this. I might have to look this up. I'll look into exactly how you move the Empire capital around. Lord knows the game's not going to give us any useful information. And then, yeah, I guess for the moment, just keep waiting. Hereby invite you to a feast at my court, signed Captain Vigu, who is my son and also friendly to me. It will be my pleasure. Having the queen show up to your feast has got to be real good for your reputation, right? Are we not going to get any events from that feast? Did I press the wrong button? I am not considered to currently be at an activity, so... Huh. We definitely don't want to do Mystical Communion because it costs piety. Yeah. Waiting. Waiting really is the thing that we're on. Okay, we have enough money for one of the titles. I guess at this point we could also invite people with claims to court. Oh, you have a bunch of interesting claims. Yeah, that's not that expensive for all that. So, if we were to... Oh, sorry, I have to wait until... First of all, I have to wait until they actually accept. Or, no, I don't. This is not one of those things. Okay, so she's just at court. If I wanted to press her claim... 750, that seems way more expensive than just... I guess it is the whole High Chiefdom, though. Do you have stats that are... not really. Not really, in fact. But yeah, maybe we could do this. Karelia is not allied with me anymore. And in fact, what do their allies look like at the moment? They're allied with a very small force. So we could take them. It's a lot of territory, and we're not doing anything else with the prestige. We're probably not going to attempt an invade kingdom at any point during our current character's life because we can't really afford to do that. So you have a chiefdom level claim. You have a chiefdom level claim. But you have a claim to like a whole big area. Although some of that area is mine, right? Because de jure instead of anything that has anything to do with what the map actually looks like. So actually, we would just get this. I mean, that's still a lot. We'd be able to get that with just a conquered duchy action and save ourselves a considerable amount of prestige. Alright, what else did you have a claim on? Savo, Salinas, which is there, and Tiny. Yeah, all of the bits that Karelia is made up of. So let's see, the claim gets me all of that. Whereas again, so would a much smaller, less costly declaration of war. Maybe you were not worth as much as I thought, because again I sort of spaced and I was like, oh, a claim on Karelia. We could get all of Karelia, but no, not really. Well, maybe we should still do this though. Let's go ahead and we'll just aim for the duchy here. Or do we want to not raise the troops so that we can save up and put together some titles? I still sort of think we're in put together some titles mode. I had hoped recruiting her was going to be a little bit more helpful. I don't know, maybe it still will be. Maybe we'll get some value out of her later on. But we don't really want to spend anything, which means we can't even really do any decisions. We are just kind of sitting here and waiting. It seems like basically everybody's doing all the things they're supposed to be doing. And it's just very quiet and uneventful. Especially now that we no longer hold Estonia. Alright, we've got him positive. That's gonna be good enough for the moment. Let's start working on another powerful vassal. Actually, everybody's looking pretty positive on me right now. I mean, that religious icon bonus is quite considerable. Maybe let's shore you up a little bit. Did you know we have low control in some of our counties? Alright, so it's telling me we're taking a prestige penalty. Alright, I guess so. Hey you, how do you want out of the jail? Loses 60 opinion of you for 20... Okay, yeah, I don't want to force somebody to be my concubine. But also, like, there's not going to be any... This is 100% just a thing I'm doing to make a penalty go away. We don't actually need anything to come of it. Lots and lots and lots of stuff here. King Helgi the Seer of Novgorod. Okay, Novgorod is quite large. 9465 is pretty superior to me at this point. We have no allies left, so... Yeah, that's pretty off the table, I think. Come on, flip over. Alright. That's enough money to do a title. Let's do a title. Let's consolidate some of this land into a smaller number of total titles. So I'm allowed to create the Duchy of Norland. And we probably want to create duchies that are fully within our territory. Well, do we? Hold on. Is this fully within my territory? No. So it would give me an excuse to go to war, not that we need one, over a piece of territory that we cannot defeat the owner of anyway. So it doesn't really factor in, it seems like. So yeah, I guess let's just create... We're just going to end up creating duchy titles that are fully within my territory. It's fine. And then that's a title we can give to someone. And in fact, a title that we really ought to give to someone. Hey, I have an idea. Let's give you... Wait, where's this? Okay. It's that way down there. Was that enough to make her powerful? It was! Hooray! Piety bonus. Okay, yeah, we're getting some stuff done here. We're accomplishing some things quietly here at the potentially end of our life. Remember, we do get a year. We get a notice a year out from our death. Sure, I'll attend a feast, and maybe this time the feast will actually happen. Looks like it is, in fact, actually happening. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my son, Chieftain Vigo, goes on and on about parties. He sure does love parties. This doesn't seem like that interesting of a conversation, but I guess the stat bonus is good. Or we could try to form a friendship with our son. I mean, that doesn't seem like a bad idea either, although I don't know that it matters terribly. Yeah, I'll just take the interesting conversation buff. We'll just take a little bit of stats. I find myself deep in conversation with my cunning daughter, Soya. She inquires about my opinion on friendship, a subject she is deeply interested in herself. She doesn't seem all that cunning. Yeah, it's a subject that fascinates me as well. Why not? We could all tell Chieftain Ara had too much... Okay, my son. Had too much to drink, even though he insisted on showing us how sober he was. Simply rising from his seat proved too much for him, and now I am covered in stinking ugh. Ugh. I do think I am about to reprimand my child here. Yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Puking all over the queen. What's wrong with you? Seems like a real good way to lose a head. So we don't have any decisions available that are actually going to do anything. Yeah, we could sacrifice somebody. It doesn't really seem like the kind of thing that I'm into. Y'all are working. You're doing your best. I do wish that the icons for the work appeared on the map without you having to zoom so far in that you can barely even see whole counties on the map. Seems a little bit silly for it to work that way. Like, they should be visible at this zoom level. The fights for armies and stuff are visible at this zoom level. Like, it's clearly not a problem of it not being possible. So yeah, we're just going to kind of sit here and wait for religious icon to come up and accumulate wealth. Times and people change. Sometimes those who are the closest to us seem to become strangers. Hi, Shaman Ciara, my friend Chieftain Harik smiles sadly. For you to murder. I feel there is no friendship left between us. What? For you to murder? Oh no. My vassal and friend. But remember all the good times. We gotta fix our relationship with him. He is not happy. This sway is not necessary. Hold on a second. Let's sway him. I've decided maintaining this friendship is very important to me. The latest work of my acquaintance King Toasty has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with feelings of sorrow and loss, and Toasty has publicly dedicated it to me. When such beautiful countenance is hid from sight, those left behind must feel a blight. Without her we are but hollow shells, our misery festers, our hearts rebel. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. I have mixed feelings about that. So this just gains me opinion and loses stress. It's weird that so many of these options are like you change your opinion toward another character when that doesn't mean anything for the player. So I could gain 75 prestige. I mean, obviously we don't need to lose stress. And I only gain prestige if his poem is mocked. I mean, I do want the prestige, but I don't feel like this is a situation where our character would be harsh in that way. The poem is lauded. That seems fine to me. So we need, what, like 1,500 more on this? Wow, that's not bad. He's really getting good at warfare. His marshal's up to 17, and he's 59 years old, but he still has 32 prowess. He cannot be stopped. He's the greatest warrior the land has ever seen. Okay, cool. A new notification popped up as I clicked the dismiss button, and so that notification is lost forever to history. It probably didn't matter. Okay. You're one of the twins? Is that the Davgon that you are? Yes. You are one of the twins. Sure, that seems like a good name. I guess I'm gonna accelerate the time scale a little bit. We're basically just sitting here waiting for stuff to roll in. Boy, I sure have some levels of devotion, huh? Alright, a mere 38 learning. No big deal. It's a lot of piety. It should be some amount of cultural focus, too, right? Doesn't my learning factor into this somewhere? I mean, it shows my learning down here next to the fascination thing, so I assume so. I don't know. It's not actually clear how much that's helping. So when am I allowed to go on a pilgrimage again? 921? High Chieftain Risto of Sava was taken prisoner. Okay, some stuff is happening down there. We have returned Harek to positive opinion of us, but I think we could probably stand to push that even further. And did you know I can declare some wars? It's true. Okay, that's not a real problem. So yeah, I want to get these duchy titles created and sort of lock in some of this organization. Boy, my neighbors sure do love to do a war. I guess one thing we can do is keep an eye on some of our larger neighbors and see if we have an opportunity to do a kingdom move. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on with Denmark? Denmark is in the middle of a whole lot of wars. If I was to, say, invade their kingdom, and I wanted all the stuff that is part of Denmark, we could easily get it. How much? Okay, Denmark is a couple of duchies. It is only 2. It feels a little silly to spend 2,000 prestige on that. But also, he has 45 troops right now. I feel like we should just take this. I feel like this should be mine. So his little bit of East Francia doesn't really seem all that valuable. Yeah, I'm just going to go get all of Denmark. He's got no allies to call. I'm doing it. Yeah, we're not going to need to do another big prestige spend anywhere. Man will declare war on me, or he will lose opinion of me. I can't imagine why. Alright, just move that to the coast, please. The sun is shining and peasants are milling about the tourney hosted by my husband. All my champions cheer as King Joseph announces the tournament in their honor, and for once I get to simply sit and watch. I'm not going to spend an entire tourney day stuck to a throne, however. So all of my champions can gain opinion of me, or I can gain some more prestige. I mean, I would like to be a living legend. This day is in our honor. I think my champions are mostly pretty positive on me at this point. Alright, yeah, just sail over here and let's make it happen. Yep, I will in fact grant a tax lien. It doesn't matter. Opinion's already so negative, right? It has not escaped my notice that my son and heir, Davgon, is a very good-looking man. The way he smiles and opens a hand never fails to make my heart flutter. No. Hold on a second. The thing about this is, there's no way for this relationship not to have a massive power imbalance, right? Like, this, you cannot conduct a relationship of this kind ethically. You just can't. Let's not engage in that. The High Chiefess of Finland was taken prisoner, and sadly, my spy mistress has died. So, I have a vassal who would like to be on the High Council, and who is actually very good at this job. Well, that seems like a no-brainer. Welcome aboard. Alright, let's conquer Denmark. There are armies around here that could potentially be an issue for us. I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the Karelian subjugation war. Okay, well... I mean... I don't want to lose 350 fame. Not while I'm so close. I'm so close! I guess I accept this is not great. Because now Karelia may well actually march on my territory. But I'm certainly not going to send men back. Okay, raiders, that makes sense. Someone is plotting to kill one of my lovely daughters. How dare they? Please stop the villain behind this. I mean, the scheme is exposed. I'm sure the odds of it being successful are now basically zero. Alright, hold on. A lot of things are happening all at once. As I push aside the sheets to lay down, I find a little scroll resting upon my bolster. Someone has entered my chambers unnoticed. That's a thing I definitely should not be allowing to happen. A chill runs down my spine as I carefully unroll the thick parchment. My gallant paragon, lady of my heart, I can keep my feelings secret no longer. From this day on, I will do everything in my power to prove my loyal affections. We will see each other soon. Until then, dream of me, eternally yours, someone? Some person. Some person who happens to be married to one of my daughters. The daughter who has an assassination plot being run against her for some reason. Gee, what a surprise. Well, I don't think it would be great to have him... No. Abandon this foolish endeavor immediately or there will be consequences. Okay. Sealand is trying to conquest some chieftain on the edge of my territory. Chiefdom on the edge of my territory. That's, like, annoying, but not something I am very interested in doing anything about. This, on the other hand, something I'm very interested in doing something about. By showing sufficient devotion and gathering the favor of the clergy, I can ensure that my dynasty is forever enshrined as a holy bloodline, under divine protection. Thanks to my pure devotion and relentless work, I have inextricably bound the holiest of offices of the Ukanusko faith to the Bones dynasty. An increasing number of people in the clergy and amongst the faithful have come to think of my family as the chosen caretakers of the holy relics and harbingers of divine will, and as well they should, right? We are a little more than mere mortals, just a little, tiny bit. So I've gained the trait Savior, we have gained just a hell of a lot of renown, and I mean, is it convergent blood? Do we just push the bloodline thing super hard? At the top of the bloodline thing is extra life expectancy for everyone. That does seem pretty good. Yeah, alright. Alright, so... I could call on Goladat. I think they're busy, is the thing. Alright, we did win this siege, which has taken us all the way up to 18% on this war. So we just got to keep conquering stuff. I mean, we're never going to be able to win a battle that's meaningful, but we can run down here and just fight these two guys. And I am somewhat inclined to just give this guy what he wants, so that I don't have to worry about his soldiers running around in my territory. If we called up our one ally and massed the troops against him, I think we could probably win this. But it's such a tiny little barony, and... yeah, I will just surrender. So that we don't have to worry about my stuff getting besieged and whatnot, because I am quite busy. And also, we are still trying to put together the money for some more titles and stuff. But I think we ought to be able to to finish this off quickly. So we're not quite a living legend. We have maxed out religious icon. We jumped our guys up to noteworthy. That is a hostile army, but they're not actually part of the conflict. It does seem like war is pretty straightforward in this game. It's just like, go places, siege castles, fight a battle where you can. So for the moment, I don't really know what we're saving our non-wealth resources for. Like, obviously, we have a direct use for wealth. The King of Sealand has had his opinion of us increased. I guess thanks, but maybe a little bit too late. We may want to have some cash on hand just so that we're ready to respond to the men of Goladat calling on us to be like, hey, you haven't actually contributed to the war yet. You got to do something for me here. My daughter-in-law has given birth to a son. Boy, my sons are not going to inherit player control until they're like 1,000. I like the idea of just keeping the names starting with S, but obviously we're going to have some problems with that. Oh, this is right, there are no male names that start with S in our culture anyway. How about there are no names connected to our religion either. That button is just missing. Trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest to sway this guy. In my recent communication, my friend Chieftain Harek expressed a want to focus on his ambitions and interests more. Do we know what those are, even? I could make sure that our coming letters contain more on a topic close to his heart, like money? Oh, his learning is very high. I believe nothing entices him like a good book, in fact. And that has ended our sway attempt. No, it hasn't. It's just over again. For some reason, I was looking for it over there. What a treat. He is also interested in scholarship. Hey, I'm doing it. Oh, never mind. He's dead. The instant it looked like the sway was going well. Okay. Well, that being the case, vassals, does anybody else need my personal attention? I guess so. This is the guy who took over for my dead friend, I think. Alright, so that alliance is gone. So now we have no alliances. I can lawfully imprison Skarbamir. He's a known criminal. He attempted to murder a family member. Oh. Is his attempt to murder a family member him attempting to murder his wife? I do feel like that's a problem. Oh, and the child did not get intelligent. That's a shame. Well, I can't have him murdering my kid. I will not succeed. He will simply flee. Yeah, his intrigue stat is too high for me to be able to successfully imprison him. Well, probably that's what ought to happen, though, right? I can't just have him trying to murder my daughter, which I think is what's happening. There's no reason for the tooltip for the box here not to tell us that, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening, given the way factors line up. So yeah, I guess we'll just run him out of court. And we do have the money to set up another duchy title. Let's hold off on that for a second, though. I don't want to potentially run the treasury really low. Oh, what a surprise. I don't want to potentially run the treasury really low while we're still at war. Oh, hey. One of our many, many counties has had its control set to a reasonable value. I guess do this one next? Pretty arbitrarily. A mere 7 years, he suspects. Also, we should probably continue with the conversion stuff. It is, like, we are obviously getting control, or getting things converted faster than our priest is supposed to be getting it done, so I think New Ukunusko is just bleeding over the borders. I captured some people. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're very relevant. Are they? Yes, they are both actually ransomable. So let's let that happen. Then we get the other one. You know, no war score. I see no reason to be a jerk about it. Now, there is a hostile force there that is competing with me for Denmark, and I don't like it. I do not care for this. We're in, like, friendly-ish territory? Not friendly enough to rebuild, unfortunately, to replenish our stuff. I guess get over here. Oh, no, we are replenishing. A commoner of Norse heritage has been accosted in the streets of Renala over some minor offense. By making a statement in their defense, I could perhaps convince my vassal, Chieftain Bjorgulf, the equally Norse, of my good character. But I might risk alienating my Sami peers. I don't really, So there's a 40% chance we'll spend prestige, or I can just gain prestige by being objectively an awful person. We don't really need the prestige. No, I still kind of do, don't I? This guy is my vassal, and he has no positive opinion of me at all, so it probably would be a good idea to start working on that. I'm going to do this. There's a good chance this won't even cost us anything. Now, if we succeed at this siege, I am a little worried that these guys are just going to run up here and make my life miserable. You don't even have enough people to do that. It's like every Danish soldier in the entire world. Wow, that is a big raiding force. We should probably do some actual raiding at some point. And, at this point, we probably could afford to just go ahead and create one of those titles. I don't know, though, what is the utility of it at the moment? Perhaps I could argue that it is in the interest of all Asatruans to support me rather than any other Ukunusko ruler. Yeah, I'm definitely better for you than the other Ukunusko rulers. And a learning challenge seems very much up my alley. He is convinced. We're swaying him real good. It's really working. I mean, I guess we should run over here and fight these guys just for the quick war score. I imagine it won't be very much, since it's not going to be a large battle, but we get something done. So I did capture his daughter. We are still getting no war score from prisoners, so we may as well see about a ransom. That's the wrong button. Actually, I guess this would tell us if we had a prisoner who would actually ransom for money. Will I get there in time? 9 days? Yeah, okay. Just beat these guys up real fast. Actually, that was worth a ton of war score. That was a full 50%, I guess because we defeated literally every soldier he had. So now we just need to take any one holding, and it will complete the conquer. The conquer? The conquest? The conquesting. One of my many prisoners has died in my dungeons. Happens all the time. Alright, well this is a fair amount of land we're adding here, and boy, I sure can't wait for my army to be back home so that I can defend against all these raiders. What is our next legacy gonna cost us? 1250. Okay. 1250 is a little bit far away. Oh yeah, also there's this. Also, I should be contributing to that war. Mayhap we should spend a moment here looking for potential alliances again. Because, I would like to be able to contribute a little bit more than I am currently contributing. Ooh, check that out. Intelligent and beautiful. And you got... Okay, you got intelligent, at least. So do we still have... Yeah, we still have no ability to form alliances. I'm wondering if this is like a king issue. Can you only form alliances with... No, definitely not. You could definitely form alliances with people who are not your level, right? Not at the same level of title as you. Yeah, Then I wonder why no... I wonder why there are no possible alliances. And why that has been true for such a long time. It's a thing I can dig into, perhaps, after we finish conquering Denmark. Okay, we got this guy all the way up to a positive score already. And we got some more conversion. Let's just keep pushing here. So yeah, wow, actually, we've been wiping out all the pockets of old Ukanusko very quickly. Try over here. Alright, can we stop being stubborn about this? The war's been over for a really long time, and we both know it. Just give me the damn country. 90 whole fame. Stop, you'll spoil me. Okay, so we gained some territory there. I really thought that was going to give us a lot more of our progress toward being a living legend. But whatever, I guess we'll figure it out later. So, we do have an awful lot of holdings here. We also have raiders who are all the way over in Kakisalmi. That's going to be tough for us to deal with. Well, that's the direction my army wants to sail in anyway if we're going to actually contribute to this war, and I would like to actually contribute to this war. So what are we looking at there? That's a 2-month... Okay. Yeah, definitely better to sail over than to disband the army and reform them. Because that takes a very long time. And now that we have this... First of all, we cannot usurp this, because it requires too much dollars, but... How much land does he even control? I mean, like, we're usurping... Oh, there is an empire title over here that I guess we're actually working toward. Is that on my list of decisions? Form that empire? No, okay. As we get closer to it, I assume it will appear in the same way that Found the Kingdom of Sapmi appeared. Oh, or the button for it's right here. So we would need 2 kingdom titles... or one other empire title. And then you have to have 96 required counties. Okay. It's going to be a minute, basically. Empire. Distant. So we do need to solve this domain problem, which we're probably going to solve at least partially through creating some duchy titles and then handing those out to people. So... duchies down here that we can hand off to be directly someone else's problem. Right, all these are back up north then. Yeah, there's that. Down there. And okay. So, does it say anywhere on these how many holdings there are in them? Because like that's the thing we need to reduce our number of holdings. It doesn't really. Okay, well, then I don't know exactly what we want to do here, but I'll spend some time thinking about it. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and when you come back next time tomorrow, I will have some kind of idea of exactly how we're going to decrease our holdings. And we'll see you then.